Well, good evening. You join me on the classic Carp Angler's quick overnighter. It is really a quick overnighter. I'm here at about 7 and I've got to be off by 9 tomorrow morning, so a proper overnighter. Now, I'd like to say I found some carp. I have. Well, I didn't find them. My man Brady found them, so shout out to him. Brady's Yorkshire Bangers on Instagram if you want to check him out. Catches way more carp than I do. But yeah, he's actually doing a bit of surface fishing up this end. He said he's seen a few, there's a few taken, and there's a lad on the other side doing it as well. So I've come round just a little bit out of the way, so I'm going to kind of fish towards their area. I'm going to wait for them to go though before I actually start casting that way. But I found one of my spots off to the right that I fish regularly. So I'm just going to pop a float up on that now, put a few boilies around, and yeah, hopefully we'll catch a carp tonight because I got one on my last overnight session. So if I can make it 2 in a row, that would be awesome. Right, that's 49 baits in because my bait is going to be the 50th. Weird, I know, but it gives me like a sense of luck and like something's going to happen. Here we go, nice little hinge stiffy going over the top of those boilies, and then I'll get to work on finding a spot out in there, in open water there. So on my spot out there, which I found, I'm going to go with just a couple of very simple snowmans out there. It's quite nice to know that everything's pretty much where I left it. So yeah, we'll put these out there, put a bit of bait over it, and then get the bivvy up. That's the rods out. It's just gone 20 to 9 and we are fishing, so if we get maybe 10 hours of rods in the water, that'll be fantastic. That's all I can really ask for. And just a reminder, I've got one rod out to the right, a hinge stiff rig over some catapulted boilies, so proper old school carping on that one. And then on the open water spot at a bit of range, I've got some pellets, corn and boilies spawned out, bit of a mix with a couple of little snowmans over it, so more of a modern technique on that one. But yeah, I'm buzzing about tonight. I'm pretty sure I'm on fish. It's just, will they drop down and take my baits, because they have been up in the water. But you know, maybe I should have zigs out, but would you land them in the weed at night? So yeah, I'm more confident fishing on the bottom. But yeah, got some tidying up to do, some carpy things to do in my bivvy, and maybe put a film on as well. Lovely. Good morning. It's just gone about 7:30 and nothing happened through the night. Couple of beeps, that's about it. And yeah, I just I think I am on fish, but I just don't think they drop down to feed. Like, you know, there's a couple of fish out there now milling about. I don't know if you can see it. They're They're not carp, but it's kind of what the fish are doing, just up on the top. And maybe I should have been surface fishing more, but yeah, you can't really do that through the night, or at least I'm not going to do that through the night. I've got to get my head down at some point. So yeah, we'll give it another half hour or so, start packing away and get out of here and try again another day. Okay, that's a blank then. That's it for this session. I'll wind in and get on my way. Good morning. It's a few days later and I'm back in the swim I finished in last time. So I've got about 30 hours this time. It's my birthday trip. It's Tuesday today. My birthday's on Thursday. And I managed to get to the lake before 5 AM, so I'm pretty proud of myself there. I'm not usually an early bird, but I managed to do that. I've walked the whole length of the lake. I've not really seen anything. At least I haven't seen any more than I've seen in this swim here. So since I fished it just a few days ago and I put some bait on some nice spots, I'm happy to come back and give it the 30 hours here. Plus the wind is going to come up the lake during my session, so hopefully some fish will end up here. So I'm going to do my long spot first and then put my bivvy up and then do the short spot, because though it kind of doesn't look like it now, this weather is going to turn and it's pretty much going to rain on and off the whole trip. So yeah, we'll get hunkered down before that comes. So that's the rods out on my main spot out there, and yeah, as promised, the rain has come. It took me 5 goes to get my first rod in, and then I got my second rod in first time, of course. So yeah, pretty typical that. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to put my marker float up on my right spot there. Catapult, I've got 32 boilies counted out here, because I'm going to put these 32 out, put my hinge stiff rig over the top, and that'll be my 33rd boilie out there, because it's my 33rd birthday on Thursday. So yeah, a little bit of stupid superstition to that, but we'll see. And just a little tip there, don't give many tips away because it's not really what I'm about, you know. I don't catch loads of fish, and yeah, I just sort of show what I'm doing rather than why I'm doing it and whatnot. But yeah, if you're using like a hinge stiff rig or a chod rig, if while you're setting everything up and that, getting baited up, loop it round, put the hook back through the ring swivel just while you're getting set up, it'll kind of set the curve in your chod filament there really well, and you'll get like a nice arched over hook section there ready to catch hold. I think it was Ian Chilcott showed that one time, and I've copied that for a while now. Yeah, that's it. We'll get these boilies out there in the rain and then get that rod over the top. It's mid-afternoon now and nothing's happened for a while really. I had 2 tench drop off this morning and one other kind of weird half bite thing go on. But yeah, it's gone a bit dead, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to redo my right hand rod, the boilie rod. Just wind it in, put the float out, put another couple of dozen boilies out over it, put the rig on it, and yeah, just leave that for a while, because I don't know, I sort of think that to have had all them bites in a flurry and then nothing since, maybe I've been cleaned out. And also I can't sit here doing nothing. I want to do something that makes me feel like I'm getting a bite. Finally, I've landed one after 2 or 3 of them coming off. We've got a nice tensioner net. You know, it's wiped out my left-hand rod in the process, but I'm not too bothered about that because I've literally got my rigs ready now to go out for the evening. Kind of looks like perhaps the swimming club's coming down, so maybe I should get that done early so everything's nice and settled for the night. Right, let's get this fish out and have a look anyway. So this was a rod that took me about 5 casts to do this morning. So it's been out there since about 6:30 this. But because I made all those casts, I was 100% sure it was presented. Meaning I was more than happy just to leave it out there. There we go. 4, 5 pounds, something like that. I actually did do a bit of fighting there at the end, you know, when ploughing it back through the weed, you don't really get much out of them, but under the rod tip it went mental. So that's cool, it's not a blank. And that's a lovely tench, great condition. Right, let's put it back. Think about redoing these rods, getting it all done so it can sit there all night happy. And yeah, hope these swimmers are quick. If they do come, that is. There we go. Off you go, mate. Thanks for playing. Good timing as well, really, because I was probably going to wind that in the next half an hour anyway. Whoa. Speedy. Okay, good morning. Well, absolutely nothing happened last night, to the point where I'm now actually a little bit worried that something was wrong. So I've just wound both my main rods in off that far spot, put fresh rigs on them, and they're going to get whipped back out there. Probably only got another 5 hours, but I'd rather be sat there with rigs that I think are 100% fishing than worrying like what's gone wrong, because you know in 10-12 hours yesterday I would have had 3 or 4 tench bites and not even that's happened. So yeah, we'll get this redone, redo that rod, put a bright pop-up on it, and yeah, hope that in the next few hours we get a carp. Yeah, that's all 3 rods redone, and all of them went in first cast for the first time this session. Perfect timing for it really, because yeah, I don't be making too many casts before I go. But as I say, just so worried that something's up. Like, why isn't it presenting? Have I got my hat on inside out? I got my hat on inside out. Why didn't any of you tell me? Idiot. Oh god, you can tell it's early. Right. I knew something was up with my hat. I've been fiddling with it for ages. But anyway, yeah, it does feel a bit of a cop-out putting a bright yellow pop-up on that right-hand rod. You know, it's sort of going against what I'm trying to do this year, which is fish more bottom baits, more boilie fishing, try and just target carp, less tench. But annoyingly, it works, doesn't it? You get bites on a yellow pop-up, you know. I was just thinking, two-tone, the former British record, that was known for coming out on yellow pop-ups all the time. So, you know, it's not necessarily just a small fish tactic. But yeah, we'll see. Got my fluoro D-rigs out on the silty main spot, and then my pop-up on the boilies closer in. That's all I can do. I'm going to tidy this mess away, and then yeah, sit and watch the clock, I think. That didn't take long after that recast. Well, it's just a tench, but it's great to get one in the net. First one that's done that. I think it's still a 10. Big one, here we go, so 2 belting tench in the net here. I thought I'd try and show you these bad boys. We've got gorgeous dark male there. He was the one that fought pretty hard under the rod tip. And then this one here, big old female, I thought was a carp. I was talking to one of the other anglers, JP, and the rod went and it hit me back at first like a proper lunge. I thought, oh, that's different. It was just a big tench. Nice, that's pretty cool though. catching a few, getting some bites. Rods are back out. I've only really got a few hours, so we'll start tidying up, have some breakfast and head on my way. But man, look at that. That is awesome. You can't doubt that. Proper spring shot. I might get a picture of it out on my phone. That's a really cool picture. Nice one. Well, there we go. Probably about 10 pound of tench there. Shame it's spread across 2 of them, but still, they're a really cool fish. Come on, mate. You get yourself the right way up. Yeah. There we go. Don't go towards the weed. Go that way. Yeah. Lovely. That's great. Well, I think we're looking at the last fish of this session. I'm actually just waiting for the kayakers to not be blocking my car in anymore. You know, they have literally a whole field to park in and they choose to block me in, so great. Anyway, what are you going to give me there? £3, small female, I think. That's pretty cool, and you can't knock these tench. They're all great. Lovely looking fish, great condition. But it just would be nice if it was a big carp, wouldn't it? Every time that rod goes, big carp, probably a tench. And unfortunately this one, I wrenched it back in because I thought it'd come off. Then it started kiting close in. I was like, oh no, it's still on. Yeah, typical carp angler. Right, nice, we'll pop this one back. Looks like they're packing up now, and I'll do the same. Where are you? Right in the back there. Business in the front. Come on. Oh, overcaught, mate. Whee. got one. Come on. Right, we've done it. So, I can't remember when I last filmed. I've done something like 6 or 7 overnighters now. And I've had a bit of a break, gone off doing some barbel fishing, even a bit of commercial fishing. And yes, we've got one. It's not a monster, but it's a decent fish. Get in. I'm buzzed about this. Right, let's get everything out and have a good look at this fish. Oh man, I'm so happy. Here we go, not a sea monster, but still really nice carp. So I think we'll get a weight on it anyway, see what we're working with. Give you a quick show so you can have a guess, because I like to do that. Oh, it's going to be lively because it's been resting for a while I got the rods back out. Oh, black as your hat. Come on, right. Get a little bit of a weight on that because I do like to know how these fish are getting on. Oh. 13, 14, so just a couple of ounces short of 14 pounds there. Move that up. When do I get to say it was a mid-double? Isn't that just cool? So dark, such a lovely dark mirror. You can barely even see the scales along its back because they're just the same colour as its skin, just this grey, mottled black. That's awesome. That's why we fish clear water gravel pits, because you know, a 13 pounder like that is just amazing. And you know, it is only 13, 14, but we've always got to remember we're in North Yorkshire fishing a 20+ acre gravel pit with less than 100 fish in it, so we'll take any of them. Obviously we'll go buzzing like hell when one of the big 20s comes along. Oh. Right, quick show of the other side and I'll get some photos. There we go. Doesn't need much treatment, this one. There is a scale that's pulled off there, but it's healing perfectly. So we'll give it a quick spray in the mouth, whoa-hey, and then send it on its way. Look at the rig and everything, it's a little bit different to what I normally use. Wow, I'm so happy. Brilliant. Oh, cover you back up. That is awesome. Come on. The colours on this one. Yeah, nice. There it goes. Hopefully you're seeing that. Skimming across the weed. Woof. We put that fish back about half an hour ago, something like that. I've just been sat chilling, watching the water, eating some donuts. You know, that counts as pastries for breakfast, right? Basically I wanted to bring anything that didn't need a cooker so I could travel a bit lighter on his overnighters. And yeah, so as I explained, it's been about 4, 5, maybe even 6 trips since I last filmed anything. I've been catching the odd tench, I've been coming down. I think I might have lost a carp at one point, but it's hard to tell. And basically I've been splitting myself between this swim and a couple of swims that way.
And after filming those first couple of sessions, I decided to not film anything else unless it's a carp, because last year I did what was going to be like an overnighter's diary type thing, and it was typically like this. This is typical of this lake. You'll do a few nights, you'll catch one, do a few more nights, you'll catch one. And yeah, I ended up not editing it because I'd built up that much footage that it was almost like intimidating. I just thought, I can't sit down and do this. So yeah, that's the reason I haven't filmed these last few nights. But we'll take a moment out now and we'll look at the rig that just caught me that fish. And yeah, it's just a fluorocarbon D rig, a snowman, whatever, but this does kind of represent a bit of a step forwards for me on here anyway, because I basically always fish pop-ups because this lake is so weedy. It can be savage at times, all the way up to the top. It's actually not too bad at the moment for the time of year, but yeah, to get around that, I've always fished pop-ups, hinge stiff rigs, quite high, long links. I just said to myself, this year, all the time I'm here, I'm going to have at least one bottom bait out. And I've flicked about a bit between different rigs, but I've really enjoyed using this fluorocarbon D rig because it doesn't tangle, it's stiff all the way through, it's easy to tie. I actually just tied another one up fresh to get the rod back out, and it only took like 5 minutes, if that. And it presents a snowman really, really effectively. Like when that's laying down, you think that's on the lake bed like that. If I sort of grip that with my thumb, this is above, see? When it's lifted, the hook faces downwards instantly, you see that? Downwards. So I think in my head that when the fish lifts that hook bait with the suction from its mouth, that hook's just ready to catch hold, and that carp was nailed in the bottom lip. And I was a little bit worried about the hook hold, but I needn't have been, because yeah, it was absolutely daggered in there. So yeah, 15-pound fluorocarbon, fish quite long, like 10-12 inches there, size 6 wide gape, quite a big D at the back there. Bit annoyed because when I tied that rig, it's a bit smaller, and I quite like the way when it's big it forces the hook round. It's like a big pivot point. And then a small snowman hook bait, so that's a 16mm hardened bottom bait and an 8mm pop-up on the top there. So brilliant. All I did was fish out in open water, and I just used a mini spom to put like, I think it was only half a dozen over it. That was last night. This morning I got up at 4:30, redid it, put another 3 over the top, fresh rig, and within an hour or so it had gone. So yeah, I'm well happy. A big fish had just shown over to the left, so it could happen again. I'm going to hang it out until about lunchtime and just see what goes on. Oh, another thing I should explain, I am fishing on weed, whereas before I would try and find the clear spots. What I've done today on this session is actually pull back until I just start feeling some weed, like the lead's just tripping through it. It's coming back clean, but it's there, and I think that's a lovely place to present. And yeah, a lot of people struggle in their heads to fish on top of weed, but it can work at times. Yeah, well happy with that. Another few hours, got some chili nuts, got some pork pies, tidy this place up, maybe tie a couple more of these. Yeah, I'm living my best life.
Well, after that fish, I've given it another 3 or 4 hours, but nothing's happened. So I've packed my house away, and now all I've got to do, wind the rods in, get out of here. Okay, that's me, packed away, ready to get out of here. So you just got a tench. Yeah, that's good, man. Right, it's fish coming out today actually, so it's pretty cool. So I'm really happy about only one fish, but you know, that's the one we wanted, a nice carp. And they can't all be big ones, but as I've explained, I love every single fish from here. So yeah, I'm really happy with that. Subscribe for more to come, give a video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and yeah, I'll see you next time.